you haven't figured it out, the real estate market is going absolutely insane right now, and it's actually the opposite of what you think. So in this month's update, I'm going to start going over the numbers, see where things are going. And as you know, right now, there's a possibility that rates are going to go down even further, which is actually creating some interesting things. So stick around, find out what's going on, and see where you position yourself in the current market. If we haven't met before, my name is Eric. I am a real estate agent here in the Las Vegas area, and people reach out to us all the time, and you know what? We absolutely love it because everyone wants to know what's going on in the market. If you're looking to move to Las Vegas, relocate, PCSing, we absolutely love it, and we will work our butts off days and nights. It doesn't matter if it's 9 days from now, 90 days from now, 9 months from now, or a year from now. It is never too early to get started, to make sure that you position yourself 100% right. So our information is down below. Call, text, email. Better yet, get on our calendar. Everything is down in the pinned comments below. So go ahead and reach out, and we're going to be out there ready to help you. Let's get on with the show. So here we are. It is now September, and the market is doing some interesting stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, we're going to go over what's going on in the market, look at the numbers, how they compare against previous months and years and everything. That way you can kind of understand what's going on. So the best indicator we have right now are the numbers that ended in August. So let's wrap it on back, look at the August 2024 numbers, and we're going to start where everyone wants to be, the single family residences. And last month, 2,138 of them sold, which is up 6.4%. Now, we compare that against July, the previous month, where we had 2,145, so it's pretty close there. And if we go all the way back to August of 2023, we're looking at 2,009 of them sold. But we go back to the top of the market, when everything was just going crazy until it flipped over with those interest rates, which was May of 2022, where 2,907 homes sold. Now, what about the prices? So the median price in August was $476,875. Now, you compare that against the previous month of July of $480,000. As you can see, it actually went down. In August of 2023, that number was actually $447,435. And in May 2022, which was the top of the market, was $482,000. Actually could have expected we were going to hit a new high, but we did not. And let's keep on going. We'll try to find out what's going on. Now, the averages, especially here in a town like Las Vegas, kind of don't match up. That's why they say median is the best, because it's the number that's halfway between all the sales from the lowest to the highest. Well, as you may or may not know, we got some pretty expensive houses here in the Las Vegas area. Millions and tens of millions of dollars. We got billionaire rows here. So the averages, just going to go over them really quickly. August, it was $473,880, which is down 7.3%. In July, it was $619,313. If you go back 1 year, the average was $584,024. And if you go to the top of the market, which was in 2022, it was $575,647. As you can see, we're almost to the top when it comes to the averages. But remember, you sell a 30-something million dollar house, it makes a difference in what these averages are. That's why you're supposed to rely on the median. Now, you're out there, you're looking for houses. How many are available? So in August, we had 5,268 available, which is up 35.7%. In July, we had 4,634 available. Last year in August, we had 3,881 available. In May of 2022, when everything was going crazy, we only had 3,270 available. You can see we have a lot more available now. So with our effective months of inventory, Right now we have 2.5 months, which is up 27.5%. Now, effective months of inventory. I always like to bring this out so those of you who haven't watched this before kind of know. So we have what's known as a seller's market, a buyer's market, and a balanced market. So anything below 5 months is what's known as a seller's market. So sellers are kind of in control. 5 to 6 months is a balanced market. That means everyone is kind of equal. And anything over 6 months is a buyer's market where the buyers are in control. Now, let's just go ahead and look back. So in July, we're at 2.2 months of inventory. So you can see it's going up. Let's show you how it's really going up. August of last year, 1.5 months. And we go back to the craziness of May of 2022. It was 1.2 months of inventory. So it's almost double, a little more than double. And it's really kind of freaking some people out, especially sellers who've seen this market where houses sell on the weekend. And they're freaking out because their houses haven't sold in the weekend. A normal market is actually about 5 months. So I don't think we're ever going to return to a normal market like that, but things are kind of slowing down. And again, we're going to talk about a little bit later. Now, if we start breaking it out by cities for last month, because that is all of the MLS capture area, including places all the way up in Ely and stuff like that. Now, Las Vegas for single family homes, 1,746 of them sold. The median price was $434,250. The average, $509,732. Down in Henderson, some people call it Hendertucky, 569 homes sold, and the median price was $499,000, and the average was $608,973. And to our brethren over in North Las Vegas, 298 homes sold. The median price was $410,000 with an average price of $419,850. Let's move on to the condo and townhome market. To keep it kind of compact with the way the board does it, they combine condos and townhomes. So we're just going to do that for now. In August, 573 sold, which is down 10.5%. compared to July, where there were 619 sold. A year ago, 640. And whoa, top of the market in May of 2022, 851 sold. What about them prices? Well, the median price in August was $292,000 compared to the month prior, which was $296,000. So it actually went down. Last year, $287. So we are up over a year. But look at this. The top of the last market of craziness was $285. So we're still 7,000 over. I mean, it is kind of crazy. We actually fell compared to the record that we actually hit in July, but it is still up. So if you bought a year ago, you're up a little bit. You're not going to be able to cover your closing costs or the realtor or anything like that. But that's another story. Looking at our averages in August, it was $305,187,000, down 1.6%, compared to July of $310,214. In August of last year, it was $305,034, and in May 2022, it's $304,957. So we're almost back. I mean, it's just pennies away, in my opinion. $100, $200 from the tops of the market. So we are still seeing some strength there. As far as the units available, we have 1,640, which is up 67.7%. If you compare that against July even, which was 1,481, August of last year, it's only 978. And at the top of the last market, 797. So you see, the market is kind of absorbing these, but we are running into some very interesting issues. Effective months of inventory, 2.9 months in August, up 87.3%. You compare that against July of 2.4 months. August of last year of 1.5 months, and at the top of the crazy, 0.9 months. Now let's break down what's happening in each one of the cities. In Las Vegas, 392 condos and townhomes sold. Price, median, was about $285,000. Average, $294,000. $985. Henderson, 114 sold, median price of $350, $346,346. That sounds strange. North Las Vegas, 44 sold, median price of $344, $490. That's the highest one. But interestingly enough, the average was $324, $591. Man, let's just start breaking things down. And I'm kind of using numbers that people have requested from me, because people go like, well, I want to know this and I want to know that. So I bring that information to you. Conventional loans. So looking at single family residences, 2,142 sold. Conventional loans, which is the most numerous type, 976 were bought with them, which is 45.56% of the market. Cash, 496, which is 23.15% of the market, which is historically low. I don't want to say historically low. It is lower than normal. Normal here in Las Vegas is about 30% cash, and at the top of the last market was about 35%. So cash buyers are really pulling back, and what I'm really starting to see are the investors. They are not offering what they were a couple of years ago. So I'm sure some people are just going, you know what? I don't have time for this. Let me just go ahead and list this house. Probably saying that because, these investors, they had like a spring back. They were paying market value and above because prices are going up so fast. A lot of them lost their cookies. So now they're being extra cautious and they're going back to past formulas. And I don't think there's a day that goes by where they don't reach out saying if I have something for them to flip. I'm sorry, it's just too many of them doing it. FHA, which is, a lot of people consider a first-time home buyer program, 402 of them, 18.76% of the market. And VA, that's my baby, 214, which is 9.99% of the market. Believe it or not, that is actually higher than normal. Normally it's in the 6 to 7% range. So let's go ahead and look at that condo townhome breakdown. 573 were sold in August. Cash, 159, which is 27.74%. This is actually surprising. A lot of times condos especially are sold for cash because of problems with the number of renters in there. Conventional, 258, 45.2%. FHA, 97, 16.92%. And VA, 46, which is 8.2%. That is really high, especially for the condo and townhome market. I'd probably have to do a different video for you to kind of understand why, or to explain to you why. So the combined homes again, 2,792. Of those that are single story, 1,284. Now, here's the thing. Townhome and condo is an ownership designation. You understand? I'll probably have to get into a deeper video on it. So it has to do with ownership and stuff. And because of that, there are single-story condos and townhomes. So that's why I had it combined. Of those that have pools, and I don't mean community pools, I mean pools themselves, 540. So people want to know that. Spas, 351. And everyone wants to try to save, and they're like, I want to look at repos and all this stuff. 14. Short sales, 7. So the distressed market's really not there. The vast majority, and I do mean the vast majority, they're not behind. When I say they're not behind, they may not be paying their bills, but their house is worth $400 and they owe $300. Who's going to give it to the bank? They just sell it to a cash person, and then they still keep their credit, and they may put some money in their pocket instead of giving the house away. Now, some of the other questions people ask, hey, how many have 3-car garages? Because everybody wants a 5-bedroom house and 3 bathrooms and a 3-car garage, single story. But the 3-car garages, there are 480 of them. 5+ bedrooms, there are 219. 3+ bathrooms, 1,560. 5 bedrooms and 3 baths, 212. Next, you got people who are going like, hey, I don't want an HOA. I don't want people, lauding over me. Well, houses with no HOA, they're usually going to be single story, 669. Here's the confession. Majority of houses that are not in HOAs are in older parts of town. For the ones that do have HOAs, just so you don't have to do the math, 2,123. SIDS and LIDs, I've explained that before. I'll explain it real quickly. When these master plan communities, they come together, they build all the houses. Well, the city and county does not pay for that stuff. They pay for it themselves, and it's kind of like a bond, and you have to pay that back. There are 203 houses with SIDS and LIDs, and they're usually going to be in the master plan communities. And of course, people will ask about casitas. Not too many, but every once in a while you want that mother-in-law suite. There are about 37 of those. Just getting real quick, casitas can actually be attached to the house. And of course, some of them are traditional casitas. Now, gated neighborhoods, 994 of those. I did a video on it. They're not as safe as you think because people here, they don't like to wait, okay? All you gotta do is just drive up to any gate in this town, and the next person to come along with the clicker is going to let you in. As far as septic, it's 112 of those. People on wells, 60. And of course, horse properties, 47. I got a good horse property. Actually, a couple of good horse property stories to tell, but I'll leave it. Age restricted, here is usually 55 plus or 181. Usually they're in the Sun Cities. I just recently did a video on 55 plus communities. You may be interested in taking a look. Believe it or not, we have basements here. They're very rare. The reason it's very rare is we have this hard rocky soil called caliche, and it's very expensive to dig out for a basement. That's why you don't see basements here. But some people will pay for that, and in some parts of town, it's actually a little bit easier to get to. So let's get to the next thing. Why are things slowing down? Interest rates keep coming down. It's like people want to go in. They're saving hundreds of dollars per month. Well, they're expecting interest rates to go down even more. So all the buyers are going like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want to just go out there and put an offer in on a house. Interest rates are coming down. We'll have to see long term what happens. About a month ago, I was working with someone, still kind of working with them right now. So things kind of fell through. It's kind of a long story. And now we, signed on Friday. The interest rate had gone down 0.75%, saving them hundreds of dollars a month. And people are just going like, hey, I'm going to pull back right now. So the numbers I'm showing you right now are from Mortgage News Daily on September 13th, because I'm not a lender. I'm just reporting the information I got, okay? I hate to say this stuff because it's silly. I'm not a lender, but if you don't say it. So I'm not quoting you interest rates. I'm just saying what was out there. Again, stupid, I have to say it. 30 years, 6.14%, according to Barbara Corcoran or Lawrence Yoon from the National Association of Realtors. They're saying that once the rates hit about 6%, I don't know, because people are just getting greedy. They just wait. It's like, I want it to hit a certain percentage. So that's why things are slowing down. Kind of simple. 15-year, 5.66% for jumbo. Lucky you if you got jumbo, but that really doesn't take too much around here because this isn't high interest. I mean, it's like $600,000, which is barely going to get you a really, really nice house. It's not even in the luxury now. FHA, 5.68%, so it's well under 6 now. Same thing for VA at about 5.69%, and it's actually still going down. Remember, these are national numbers. So what happens when we start getting beyond national? A local lender sent me this on Friday, and it's like, I've talked about it before, how lenders do their rates. They actually make a lot more money than people let on. I had a guy get a little drunk at a Christmas party, put his arm around me. It's like, man, we make so much more money. We don't want you guys to know how much money we make because we're afraid you'll ask for some of it to do your marketing and stuff. Yeah, they make about 1.5%, but some of them go like, you know what, I'm gonna treat this like Walmart. And they lower the rates that they give you because that rate that they give you determines how much they make. So right now, we're looking at a local lender. They sent me this stuff for a 30-year. We're talking about with points, 5.5%. With no points, 5.87%. That's this lender. Lots of good lenders out there. Jumbo, 6%. FHA with no points, 5.25%. VA with no points, 5.37%. Why are you screwing over my veterans like that? But hey, that's another story. Gets me mad. So First off, let's talk about the Federal Reserve, or the Fed for short. They're like the big bosses of money in the U.S. And for the past couple of years, they've been making interest rates go up. When interest rates go up, it makes borrowing money more expensive, including getting a mortgage to buy that house. But here's the exciting part. The Fed is now saying they might start lowering interest rates soon. This is a big deal. The big boss of the Fed, Jerome Powell, says it's about time to change direction. Why? Well, a couple of things are happening. One, inflation. That's when prices of stuff keeps going up. That's slowing down. I know I'm about to be affected. My COLA for my retirement from the military, they're saying that the projections, it keeps going down because inflation's under control. Man. Number two, more people are looking for jobs, which usually means the economy might be slowing down a bit. These signs tell the Fed it's okay to start lowering that interest rate a little bit. Most experts think that the Fed will lower it a little bit here in September. They also think that there may be a few more rate cuts coming in the future, maybe through next year. Remember, they were supposed to have been 3 to 6 this year, which didn't happen so far. But now, hopefully, they're not going to be like Lucy pulling that ball away, and we're actually going to get what we been expecting, because these interest rates have been too dang high. Now, you might be wondering, why should I care about any of this? Well, when the Fed lowers interest rates, it usually means mortgage rates go down too. And when mortgage rates go down, it becomes cheaper to borrow that money to get a house. That's good news for anybody looking about becoming a homeowner. Last year, it had a lot of people give up on the home buying process because, it got too expensive. The mortgage rates went up so fast, it was like nothing we've ever seen before. But now, with interest possibly going down, some of these people may start looking for houses again. Here's something interesting. The housing market is becoming more balanced. And what does that mean? Well, for a while, it was a seller's market, which meant people were selling houses, had all the power, because there weren't as many houses for sale. Now, everything's evening out. We call this a balanced market. I mean, yeah, it's 2.5 months. Not really a balanced market, but I've been in real estate for, as of September 23rd of this month, 11 years. First few years were on active duty and everything before retirement. It's never been above maybe 3.5 months. We've always had an inventory shortage, but things continue to work themselves out. So we are getting into what is close to a balanced market. That means houses are staying on the market a little bit longer before someone is out there to buy them. There are more houses available to choose from, and sellers might need to be more flexible in their prices and the conditions. Buyers, you got more time to think now. You can even ask for home inspections. Now that's kind of more nationwide. This not asking for home inspections, that ended about 2 years ago. But be careful if this starts creeping back into that, where sellers are going, oh, you need to waive the inspection, because for a bit, home inspections were being waived. If you're thinking about buying a house, this could be good news for you. You might have more choices and more time to make decisions, but remember, it is still important to be prepared. That means getting a pre-approval for that mortgage. That's the amount the bank is going to lend you, and this is a pet peeve of mine. Folks are going like, hey, I'm going to wait until I find the perfect home, then I'm going to apply for a loan. What if you find the perfect home and it's $600,000 and you can only get a loan for $450,000? I see it all the time. Go ahead and get that pre-approval. That's how much they're going to lend you. If it's not enough, see what you can do. And maybe in a couple of months, you can get yourself a little bit more, because all you got to do is maybe pay this one little bill off. That's why you want to get prepared as early as possible. Have your finances in order. Be ready to make an offer when you find the home you love. Now let's talk about house prices. Yeah, they've been going up, but not as fast as they were before in 2022. Prices are shooting up like crazy, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month. That's crazy fast. Now you can see they're going up much more slowly. Now, a lot of that had to do with interest rates, of course, but that could be fixed. AKA, interest rates could start coming down and we could go into a hot market again, because a lot of people are just sitting back there because they couldn't afford the house on these interest rates. One important thing to remember, houses that are priced right are still selling quickly. But if the price is too high, it's going to sit on the market for a bit. This means sellers need to be smart about how they price their homes. So what does all this mean for you? Well, if you're thinking about buying a house, this could be a good time to start looking. And I know every realtor says the same thing. It's always a good time to buy a house because it's always a good time to put money in my pocket. I'm just saying, looking at what we have out there, this may be a good time to at least start looking. There are more houses to choose from. Prices are not going up super fast, and mortgage rates are probably about to start coming down. But remember, buying a house is a big decision. It's not about timing that makes everything perfect. It's about what's right for you, and if you have a family, what's right for you and your family. If you're a seller, you might need to be a bit more patient. Your house might sit on the market just a little bit longer before it sells. You compare that against 2 years ago. I know your neighbor sold their house 2 years ago on one day for 30 offers and sold it for $50,000 over. That rarely happens these days. It still does happen, believe it or not. But if you price it right and make it look nice, it's still going to attract a lot of buyers. Remember, the housing market is different in every city, every neighborhood. So while these big trends are happening across the country, it's always a good idea to talk with your local real estate agent, understand what's happening in your area. It doesn't matter if it's 9 days from now, 90 days from now, a year from now. It's never too early to start your process. It may be too early to buy, but it's never too early to start the process. Perfect example, just this morning, individual reached out to me. They're not moving here for months. They want to start getting their ducks in a row. And that's the way you should look at it. Getting your ducks in a row and being put in contact with the right people. So if you want to be put in contact with the right people, info's down below, call, text, email. Do me that favor if you haven't hit that subscribe button. That's how the channel kind of grows. Help me out a little bit, please. And you know what I'm about to say next to my military friends who are PCSing here, just playing if you're out there. Alpha, Mike, Foxtrot, and for the rest of you lovely folks, even if you didn't serve in the military, we still love you. We're going to keep them lights on for you.